if you have not subscribed to Alboa Cinema, this is where you will get everything. So subscribe. Niwewe naongelesha. Subscribe.
So now, karibu to Alboa Cinema. Tunaelekea Christmas. There's a lot of things happening, so I wanted to just do series of videos that I've felt like there's a lot of things that have happened in the last few days to weeks that, we can come and, have our own little conversation about it. But most important, I wanted to talk about 50 Cent, particularly when it refers to these Diddy Jay-Z stories and why he seems above it, why he seems to be so comfortable dissing these guys. Because I have to be honest with you, I am a big fan of 50 Cent, not primarily because of the music. I like the music that he used to do back then. But it's not really about that. It's more about how he's done his business, how he got into TV and movies, and how he's built that. I think there's a great lesson to be learned here to us local people, and how to behave with celebrity and money, and how to get there really without selling your soul, if you know what I'm saying. So we are going to react to this podcast. And there's this podcast I follow called The Flagrant. Here, Andrew Schultz is a comedian, big time comedian, also I think very close to Joe Rogan, that group of people. He's top tier, funny guy, everything. He's Flagrant, but he also does a podcast with this other black American fellow called Charlamagne the God. He has a weird real name, but it's weird when people call him like the God. So he does a podcast with that. So he has a lot of people. He had the Donald Trump in there. He's had everyone. So when I was watching this podcast, there was a lot of juice in it. I've watched it. I've watched all of it. So there's a lot of juice in it that I think can be good for us here locally to see how, not really see how, at least understand more about how these things happen. Also, of course, now to really know why he keeps dissing Diddy. He did say some really funny things. So we're going to, I'm trying to shift this a bit. So if you see something jump on, I switch. Don't worry about it. So let us listen. So it is 2 hours 33. I'm not reacting to 2 hours 33 minutes. There's sections. There's a section about the fifth minute, and then we'll jump to like the 53rd minute. Let me see the notes there. Yes, 53rd minute. Then those 2 sections will be able to cover what I am interested about talking about today. I'm a VP, twende kazi, Mr. Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent.
I was going to say more about, I don't need that. Yeah. It's about Jamie. It's not about that.
That was smart.
You know what I mean? So
what's happening with Puffy? I know you're not really tapped in, but what
the last thing I saw was like a guy there. He was like, yo, he like pushed me into the truck. It really hurt. And
this is the thing also. 50 Cent is really like, he's well-spoken, he's funny. He knows how, like, this guy never pays any marketing. He just promotes everything by himself. You go like to Instagram, he posts anything. It's hundreds of thousands, millions of reactions. Forget views, just reactions. So he's on top of it. Sells, he has his brand of alcohol, he has like water. It's a whole conglomerate,
He started realizing me. I was like, yo, look, I could find other things to do for money.
That's what I was saying. I was waiting for that, sorry. He's saying that if somebody is offering you to smash, so they give you a job. This happens both ways. Men, as you hear, and also women mostly, anyway. Like, he just says that there's other things I can do for money. It's just that. It might take longer, it might be harder, but that's the truth. If you want a shortcut, there's always a heavier price to pay. And it seems, at least to me, most people are willing or want to pay the immediate price for that. Let's say whatever happens, uko mbele tutadili nayo. But really it doesn't happen like that. Is that now when you get there, now you have to do so many other degenerate things to cover up for the first real sellout, where you really deconstructed yourself as a human being and became this person who can literally do anything for money and fame. literally. So it can't be that. And I think most people like to nyef. Yes, there is a price that's too high to pay to get these things freely like that. I mean, what do you think? If you think like your politicians and everybody who's corrupt is not paying a price for the things they're doing, or at least eventually would, you're sorely mistaken. A lot of these people live looking over their shoulders because of they've made so many enemies, or at least they're engaged with the people who are really bad. Actually really evil, bad people. So yeah, let's continue. Yes, there's many ways to make money. You don't have to bend over like Jesus Christ.
Did you see the video? For money. Bro, I'm not sure I can say that for money.
How much is this guy trying to get?
I don't know. Like, it's a simple situation, but it's like
20 mil. I can say it.
You still have the blackest face out.
Yes.
You still have to mimic his voice because he's like,
but his
damn.
voice wasn't even that different.
And that little deeper, I was like, almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
I almost felt like it was him. I almost knew who it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, that's fucking trying to get money right.
Yo, you can't say that dudes are having sex with other dudes, bro. The internet might come for you.
Yeah.
You say sweet love. Yeah, you gotta say make sweet love. That's young buck breaking right there.
You know, that was a joke you're saying. Do you look like they've just been naked? Anyway, you need to kind of be in the know about this distance. Just go to his Instagram. You'll see a lot of this stuff.
There's rules to rap beef now, bro.
Now people
Not
gonna
in your
know.
day.
Well, I'm saying like, God, man, why is your homeboy so close
like
to you
this.
when you come out of there? Look like you guys just made sweet love. I'm gonna say sweet love instead of anything that says.
To me, that's better because they're gonna try to make it something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was smart. Like I didn't think about that. I say things to the borderline, like I'm like, oh my God, you're in trouble.
You?
Like that all the time. Because I just say.
Nah, but you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop.
Shit.
This is real.
So, 50 Cent was claiming that when they were hanging out with Puffy one time, Puffy told him that he wants to take him shopping. So, as far as 50 is concerned, that's some gay ass shit. So, he immediately like, hey! So, and you see, when you've already heard stories about someone, then they start making moves. It's like, these days, not these days, the men do it. The VPS, you come nikununulie lunch. I'm a drink. Do you like mkobas? It's the same thing.
It's really happening. I'm just saying to you. No, stop it, man. You set that up. Look, you set that up. There's no.
But then this is a room full of comedians where he's holding his own. So inakueleza yani, the thing is more about the authenticity part, more, less than anything else. So he has the charisma in it, but that authenticity where you don't have to bow, you just say things the way you feel, the way they are. So there's no PR move or what. You just say things the way they are.
He's in the same shirt.
What do you mean he's in the same shirt?
He obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like you go, I'm like, nah, it was odd. Like, this is some of the things that people say, like girls, guys may say to a girl, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow,
there.
they found Kendrick and Wifey.
You can't dress up Kendrick like that. You can't dress him up like that.
But then that McMill looks mad fruity. Let me show you. Look at him over here, this guy. Look at this guy. This guy over here, McMill. McMill, hata kuna audio fulani kwa hapo nje. Ni kama he's taking it hard. I'm sorry, I can't. I have zero feelings for these people.
You can't dress up Kendrick like that. You can't dress him up like that.
No, it's jokes.
That's like the White Chicks movie, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah, that was comedy. That was good.
Yeah, but that
Get
was
away with Wifey.
that's obviously doing shopping. They got the same outfit.
That's true. Yeah, that's a nice shirt. That's a nice
But
shirt.
huyu jamaa anafanya, huyu P Diddy alikuwa anafanya, he treats them like they're his women. He takes you shopping, he buys you things, puts you up, pay him a deal, skuma dead. You see, the thing is that is not illegal. It's degenerate, at least in that country. It's degenerate. So a lot of the things here, personally, it's not even so much the illegal stuff. It is so much how degenerate someone is socially. Like the things they're willing to do once they have that taste of power. It's what they're doing when they have the power. You know, like you can tell a lot of things are over the top. That means he was not a balanced human being, but he kept on being pushed to us like he's this great guy. And he's not. He never was. So, because I don't have evidence or what about the criminal activities, I leave it at that. But there's a lot of these other social things that he's even already admitted to. Of course, we've seen the one where he beat up the ex-wife or girlfriend. Huyo dem mwenye alipewa zake na kaishia hivyo. You know, I mean, there's a lot of these other things, but, you know.
All right, so when he said the shopping line,
McMill is not that talented. I guess that's why some of these people after, and I suspect a lot of those guys who went to Diddy, they knew what's up and they gave it up for that fortune and fame. They gave it up willingly. Did not. They just know like, what's up, man? What's up with the ass, man? What's up with the ass? It's like, yo, man, you're that guy washed the ass today, man. Let's go on. I'm having my own comedic moment. I know it's not that funny, but what?
In real life, what did you say?
I said, let me get away from him. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, man. I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the win.
This is the thing. Most people know when they're dealing with a shady character, but because you are looking at the benefits, you don't know how far what they want to take for the benefit they're giving you. So, initially, if you find yourself in that position where you're with a powerful person who can give you opportunities, you always have to look at clearly what they want. Is it money? Is it your association? Is it the brand? What do they want? And what are they? Because it should be a simple exchange. You have a talent that we can use to make money. Let's do it. You don't need all these other entrapments. So you have to hit it in the back. So your chicks have to do this. You have to bring me your daughter. Like you don't. These things are not necessary. So the moment there's anything other than the core business, when you're trying to do business, somebody's asking you, let's go hang out, let's do this. A lot of the times that's not well advised because a lot of people say, networking. That's what people use. But once they get in there and the things they've done, the corruption they've had to do to get, then they start really promoting what they did in terms of networking, but it's not that. So you have to be macho. It's very clear when somebody is making you an offer. I didn't even believe we are talking about this day because Kenyans, we have that. We have these people. We have these people. And they're not in the entertainment industry per se, because many people in the entertainment, those who have money, it's not like that kind of ridiculous money. It's the entrepreneurs and the politicians and their cronies. If you heard of the parties they do, my Airbnb, kila pali watu wanacha vinyesi yuko, you've seen. So this thing is happening. It's just that it's a different context, a different industry or people. But you can tell immediately that if you're dealing with someone who's corrupt, who's gotten their wealth in a corrupt fashion, be ready for anything. You will have to be entrapped to stay within that side, that circle.
I always say to myself, like,
it was someone's wedding?
It was Chris Lighty's wedding. It was in Miami. Nori's there. Nori knows this. Because I looked at him like, yo.
Only Noriega, I think.
You heard what he just said, right? He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's puff. Like
you see, that's the thing. Somebody's doing some weird shit, but you're like, it's just him. No. Immediate. It's usually an immediate thing. If you don't cut off, that means you kind of are seduced by the preposition. You know what I'm saying? Hiyo ndio ukweli. Kila watu wanajijua. So, watch out.
Like he was saying stuff, and it's like, he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
Let's see that talking.
Stuff, and it's like, he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now,
Like, being in the closet, and you're gay, but people don't know. Then you come out. So being in the closet, I'm explaining this because not all of us are conversant, man. So that's what he means. But it wasn't even a secret. Everybody knew that this guy every now and then he wants some ass, like man ass, had man ass with hair on them and thing. Oh, Jesus Christ!
you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible,
He
guys.
was in the hallway. We saw the video.
You see a lot of shit. It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like, you can tell that he was already.
Nah, New York is dope. Because when Fab, he was like, yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, nah, we partying tonight.
He's like, no, like, but he didn't party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they let that one go? Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like, oh, it was first.
What did it feel like all these years? You being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the
By
crazy.
the way, he's been saying it for years, him, Cat Williams. These people have been saying it, but because the people they're talking about are in the mainstream, they're the people who've been given the go-ahead, in your industry leaders, so they are protected. The media protects them, their labels, their associates, everybody protects them. They know we have a degenerate over here, but they're making some money. They've already created this fake persona and whatnot. So, this is why, like, these days, if you look at it, like in Kenya, it's the same thing they do, Maju, but like here it's more rudimentary. Like some blogs just come around and say, oh, this person is giving men sleepless nights. You see, they're trying to create a character. You see, like they created a tall one, they create this short, fat one. They just create the most mediocre. They don't really have a talent. They have a quirk, and they're willing to be humiliated for the fame. Like in a simple boy, you've seen that's the same thing. So that's what they do there. Like right now, you see with the mambo rappers, they don't really like pick the best talent. They just pick someone who has then they brand it and push it because they have all the machinery and networks and money and whatnot. So that's how it goes down. So the incentive is there for many people to actually do this thing. So you have to be alert. I mean, it is what it is.
Guy for a long
They
time.
said you're a hater. They said
You're a
you're
hater.
crazy.
You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. Like, this all this shit is coming.
Okay.
The crazy guy for a long
They
time.
said you're a hater. They said
You're a
you're crazy.
hater. You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. Like, this all this shit is coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
Everybody's you're called a hater. You see, you're called a hater and you're saying the truth. And later people come at you, oh, my ass is hurting. Did you ever smash Oh man, this
The internet might come.
like I laughed the first time at you and now I can't it. It's funny, it's
All I'm
funny.
saying
It
is,
might come from
you
you.
see it now. All of these complaints. People were damn, they were and pillaged. This is what was going on. Right?
And they were raped and pillaged. Okay, sorry. Okay, I've not had a good laugh like this.
What do I get for the? I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing, he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Know. Like that, look, what's like if you say, I have this thing where I'm.
Sorry, just a moment. I'm overheating. Okay, that was funny. Okay. I forgot. It's my any kerchief. Any. Oh my God. Okay, so he's talking about Jay-Z now. I also have my reservations. I have my reservations because of the nature. Actually, there's the person who made the allegations, who was apparently 13 years then, a lot of what has come out is that there's a lot of different information she's giving. She said these people were here this time and there's evidence and pictures of them being in a different location. So there's a lot of questions that I can't simply ignore just because people want to nail one certain person. You see, this is the problem, with who you hang out with. You have to watch who you hang out with. That's why personally I'm like, I'd rather be alone than be seen with all these corrupt people walking around acting big. But deep down everybody knows what you guys are up to. But because there's fear and there's cowardice and also corruption among the people looking at you, you just keep quiet. And like, no. It's be alone. Other than be involved with these degenerates that are out here, these corrupt people want. If you're a woman and somebody, us, it's more like women are the ones who are told to offer the pudesh for roles. Don't do it. It won't take long before things change. I mean, there'll be enough mediocre women who'll go there who just want to prostitute and they'll get the roles. But they won't be good. They won't be good. The shows will go to hell. It takes 1-2 cycles and it's done. Then they have to now hire real talent. Some of these things you just have to be a bit patient. There's no hurry in it. So long as you have the drive and you know what you're doing and you're willing to stick in it. I mean, it is what it is, man. You can't just every time something hard happens, you have to capitulate and corrupt yourself totally where you can't really reclaim yourself anymore. You know what I'm saying?
When it takes you 20 years to remember something happened to you.
Yeah, that part.
Okay.
I don't know. I go also 10 years, 20 years later.
Personally, I think it's for the money because they went for a civil suit. Although also there is... I hear the statute of limitation with these kind of things. So Jay-Z is saying, go for criminal case. So it also might not make that much sense. So there's just so much unknowns here. That's why I think there is something on both sides. I don't think this is my assumption. I don't think it's criminal, but I think that it is very damaging to the brand. And that's why everybody, Jay-Z showed up to a Mufasa premiere with the daughter and what. Immediately after that, I'm guessing that had been planned before and what. But it looks weird as hell. Like, I don't know.
And then it comes back. And it's like all of Puff's problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys.
What you mean?
The laws are the way they are because
Because of the priests.
The priests touching.
Yes, apparently, I wasn't really fully aware of this, but I wasn't aware of this. That the current laws for, chasing these pedos is because, remember the Catholic Church, there were so many of these crimes worldwide, like America, South America, Africa, all these Catholic priests were going berserk, just abusing so many kids. And that's, at least in America, I don't know if it was New York or one of those big cities, there was a really big case. And even that time, the Pope at the time just removed the priest from there and then transferred him to South America, where he went on to do the things he was doing. So there's really, personally, this is why I even stepped away from that religion bullshit, because there's just so much vile things happening, and the people who are telling you, I'm interceding to God on your behalf, there was the most corrupt and the most degenerate. So, I mean, why? Can't you just read something and understand? Can't you just try and use different avenues to get your information and get a more holistic picture of what it actually is? And that's what he said. That's where all that came from. But apparently they also needed it to do it for Hollywood, because Hollywood has a history of this behavior.
Little boys.
Oh.
Why are we looking at me, bro? I just go to church. I just go to church, right? I have nothing to do with this. I have an alibi.
That's why the laws allow you to go that far back.
Turn away from you right there. I'm just a Catholic kid.
You've been diddled, dude.
No. What's the body of Christ taste like?
It's sacrilegious. You can't do that.
He's like, drink my blood.
Yo,
This is
So it is crazy when after 20 years they come out. That shit is foul.
But with Puffy, you were the only one saying anything for decades.
Yeah, because we
so
had our own
horny
little
about
thing.
Bow.
But you were the only.
was
Everybody
your
else
thing?
is scared.
Huh?
But everybody else is scared. So you think maybe this is a similar thing where everybody else is scared? I don't know what it is. I'm just
I
asking.
think that they're scared.
But if they're scared,
But
then maybe
you've
that's
been
why I'm thinking.
insinuating Jay-Z a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you've been saying people gonna come for him a little bit.
No,
You've
I
been
thought he would do funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
Yeah.
He didn't want me to. Well, they worked
It's just-
to
I
make
think
like
it's
there was
more
an
like
issue with
bad
me in the
vibe,
NFL that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So
And
he
then-
did the corporate way of
Yes.
trying to keep you down.
From
Oh, it's
doing
not
it.
me. It's not.
It's them. And then when M says he's not.
Even the watu wakanyagia. Oh, you know office. You know the office. You know the. Your thing is great. But the office. But gatekeepers are. No, it's really creative. But this is not what we are looking for right now. Wale watu mechukua vitu vipindi kwa stations. How many times have you heard those two statements? It's really great, but it's not what we are looking at right now.
I'm gonna do it if I'm not there.
It's never what they are looking at, unless you're one of them. So then you can bring any nonsense and they'll play it for months and years.
Let's go.
Like,
And lose funds and money
yeah.
and don't care. That's corruption.
That's what I'm
What's
talking
your
about.
and Jay's
That's
issue?
what corruption does.
It's just competitive stuff.
It's
for the
really
music.
just competitive.
This is what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you're trying to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
thing.
So
I
that's
can
the
see that.
behind the scenes thing that we don't see. It's
Yeah.
one thing when there's like people talking about each other in music,
Yeah.
but there's behind the scenes business deals that a guy is getting involved with on the side, and it's not like you're gonna go public and be like, they tried to stop my vitamin water.
This deal. And you go, he said that to you? Like,
okay.
Wow.
I get that.
like they'll speak to your temperament. Like say, 50's a little crazy. He'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're he's basically trying to scare
Yeah.
people out of doing a deal
Yeah.
with you. Interesting. And
Same
then
way
M shut it
it's
down and he was
usually
like, yo, it's
manipulation.
gotta
I'm
end.
not, if he's
emotional
not coming, I'm
blackmail.
not coming. And then it changes the whole thing because.
Who said that?
It's gotta
I'm not,
happen.
if he's not coming,
Oh,
I'm not.
Eminem. Yeah, he's a big friend with Eminem. So yeah, actually on that and that is it called the Super Bowl show. Yeah, if that, it was actually pretty well done.
coming, and then it changes the whole
That
thing because
Dre, this guy,
really is the
there was,
biggest.
everyone was there.
like they can say what they want.
Did Mary J. Blige.
Go to the stats. The actual
Numbers
They
don't
know the
lie.
numbers.
it's the
Yeah,
biggest
Eminem is a
one.
beast,
the
although
bots
it
and all
became
that
a
shit.
bit too old.
There's
Anyway, he's always been weird.
M obviously speaks with you with high praise, but there's a few videos that I see, and everybody talks about how funny you are. They talk about obviously the album's all a success, but like Eminem specifically talks about your rapping skill a lot.
Yeah.
Is that mean a lot? I'm like,
It does. Like look, he never left that part of the creativity. Like he.
All right, so this is that part I wanted to first to watch that one. Now, wacha turuke uko mbele. So now we go to 53. Ilikuwa ni 53 gani? Acha tuangalie. 53. That is 53, 54, 53. Let's see that. Yeah, 53. Let's start from there then. Yeah. So tunaendelea hiyo. So on this part it's going to be more, I think it's deeper stuff. Forget Diddy's and what. But this is more like actual industry stuff. How the hows and the whys.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy a
I
lot.
don't know.
Relax.
That was a real suburb question.
I know, right? Proximity.
Proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I had to learn that.
Do you think he?
Do you realize how podcasts? I'm going to do another video about podcasts. It's how they took over. Like mainstream media is literally like falling apart. They think they are all that still, because kuna washamba wengi you listen to them and believe them. But really, podcasting online, that is where it's at. Like independent creators, different creators. So there's this one place where you go to absorb all the information. So even if they lie to you, you don't really have a place to go confirm or counter check or anything like that. So I'm going to do a video about this specifically because of the last American election. and the way this old orange man kind of outwitted all these so-called woke and progressives and actually understood what people wanted more than all these people. And I'm going to tell you especially how people like Joe Rogan, this big podcast, actually played a big part in winning the election. That's the next frontier. In fact, as we still have these main TVs, I don't know why people watch that. I get it. I just don't know why. Like,
Fucking
why
know
would
all
you want to be lied to and given those comforting lies all the time? It's
The shit that was going on. Then I was like
I don't want
I
to.
think Jay-Z might have known like a bit part of the crazy parties and all the weird sex things, but I also think he was involved in some of them. It's not. I don't know, but that's what I think.
Incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it,
Like I said,
no matter
You
how
see, they are putting him on the spot. He can't really like say it. You know, if he knows, he can't really say it before. I guess.
yeah,
all
to
that
that
I
shit,
think.
you snitching.
Yeah, he wants to destroy the brand on the street.
You asked the question like a fan.
hey, I grew up with white people, but it's one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
But here's a great question.
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
He said, damn, they wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce Lechem?
Le chemin de roi.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
That's his.
Because I
That's
know
his
Branson.
Bombay.
That's the one I pronounce.
Branson. That's the
packages.
Branson lifestyle. You're gonna be outside.
Biff, you're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like
Let's
you
get into
kind
it
of
now.
poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way. Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got that shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
Like,
I took.
not
I
that it's
took-
real or
no,
not, but-
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. I don't remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took.
Sema alimeza ka Viagra hadi perform. Si kuweka rufi kwa drink, you know, hizo mchele. For those who-
I gave me the fucking drug to perform, so she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work? Did it work?
You know that kind of authenticity, that being self-aware like that. I can't help but I'm always attracted to that kind of person. That like I always feel like, hey, this, you know, there's nothing better than an honest person. They might not be right all the time, but honesty, you know, that shit goes a long way, I'm telling you. That's what most celebs lack. You can see them every now and then something happens and all of a sudden their brand is totally gone because they were fake. For example, he says he doesn't have shit that he won't want known right now from his past, so he will talk his shit. So when it comes up, for example, personally, I've had issues since I had these movie reviews with a lot of producers and directors in the industry. Most of them have stopped talking to me. It's even, you know, it's one of those things. I don't care about it so much because I'd rather be honest. And I just say, this is what I think, let it go how it is. But so many people wanted to pander and lie to them just so that they can keep their association with you. I just don't care about it. I don't think there's any real money in that. It's fake. You can't really multiply that over years for a long time without having to lose it once or all of a sudden or over time. But if you're authentic and honest, it just keeps building. Because even, you see, when you're authentic, even when you fail, you're not afraid to tell people. You're just like, hey man, I tried this, it just didn't work. I made this mistake, this one screwed me over, this did it. You can talk about big things honestly, and that moves you forward. I don't understand why people don't see it everywhere. Like, look at the biggest podcasters, actually, if you're going to be authentic and be objective about it. The best podcasters is people who you think are being honest. It's not that they are right all the time because it's impossible, but they're honest. They're telling you to the best of their knowledge. This is what I think. And that's always in my opinion, there's nothing else touches that. You can't go with your corrupt people and talk. In the end, you guys can't build anything. So you have to steal and cut corners. In the end, you just that. When it all is said and done, you're just that mediocre person who cut corners all their lives. That's not going to be me. Absolutely not.
What the fuck? This is yo, bro. Look, I'm doing pretty good. Like,
Yeah, like yo.
you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, you said it's the
Like, I
opposite
haven't
of
even
normal
made
shit
it,
that
and
we're
I
talking
can't
about, bro.
That
go
is
for
why,
some of these
I don't know
days.
why it's so hard for people
So
to just
for people to
acknowledge
feel
weird
like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too, this is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does
So
that mean?
they think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
Exactly my point. It's forget this degeneracy of Hollywood, us here locally. If the way people treat actors, crew, the way the business is done, TV stations, what. If a lot of people know there's a lot of corruption in there, the people, the practitioners, and even people from outside, but then you're here, they're just walking around with them, nodding, every time, congratulations, and they, like a lot of people have been hurt. A lot of people have lost so much for this person to come up here and stand there and say how they are great and they've done a great thing. You can see, like, it's obvious that if you are not authentic, they say you're part of it. And I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't stand that. And I'm never going to be one of those people that feed you lies just so that you can go along with me. Oh, let's go because you said this. No. Like, I'm willing to lose friends over the truth. I am totally willing to lose friends, relatives over the truth. Because any person who wishes that you lie and be dishonest and corrupt so that you can maintain association with them is not worth it. Never has been. Those are the facts. The thing is, everybody is trying to bullshit meritocracy just so they can jump the line there and feed off and destroy things before finally they meet their comeuppance. Like, it can't be allowed to go on. It must, at least we speak about it first, then we act upon it. We know this is going, so when you get somebody acting stupid, you say no.
So by you, you're good, bro.
That's great.
You're fucking good.
Yeah.
He's protecting hip hop.
Yeah.
If you don't speak out and make them,
And that's the thing right now. Right now, all of us think the Hollywood and the music industry in the US is everybody's a degenerate. Because they're big stars and the big people in there have been exposed for being some serious bottom feeders. So that's the thing, that guilt by association, which people can't help but do, because really, why are you hanging out with this degenerate all the time? Why are you with this person all the time? Like, if you're not a bad person like they are, why are you with them all the time? You see, that's why you always have to watch what your crew is. Who are these people that you're hanging out with? Who are these people you are taking photos and sharing on social media with just to fit in for them? Who are these people you're dealing with?
weirdos, then they're gonna think everybody's
Every
like
single
that.
person is like that involved in hip hop culture.
Makes you think, did Jay do it?
Shut up.
This guy is on
We
that
live in
Jay-Z.
New York, bro. No.
But you ask, what do you want?
Free Jay-Z.
Why do you keep doing business with this person if you are a good person? Like, a lot of the times, you have to ask yourself, because sometimes I've seen people do corrupt deals, and they're like, biashara iko. But both people are corrupt, but he's saying this other person is corrupt, so I had to corrupt myself to deal. Come on now.
See, I'm just saying.
Shout out Mufasa. We all gonna go and support. Yo, we can all see. You are crazy. That was the
that's
crazy
talking about
thing.
the Mufasa thing.
I literally,
Last
bro,
time I hear Rock Nation, I gotta send her that.
You don't feel like that happened the same day,
Yeah,
bro.
there's a bit to come. Yes.
What's the day came out the day before, the
bro,
next day was
I
Mustafa.
was eating Raisin Bran. Okay, I'm eating Raisin Bran.
I
got
don't
my
know.
daughter in my
I
arm.
don't know what to think about it just showing up. The daughter was doing one of the voiceovers for one of the characters in that Mufasa movie, the animated. Yeah. So I guess it's the father. He has to show up there because somebody just laid a bombshell on your door. I mean, you have to deal. Their life doesn't stop, especially on his level. He has commitments. I mean,
I'm scrolling, right? I see somebody screenshot your shit is Jay and the whole family at the Mufasa Fair, and then the comment is 50 said, Jay said, they said I
the 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa.
Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mufasa right now.
It was weird nonetheless,
I
but
just think it
what
was
do
a
you
good
do?
look, like angling yourself as
A family man.
Yes.
But they had to go to the premiere,
That
bro.
was planned already.
They had to go to the
bro.
premiere.
And I realized that later. But
Sometimes I'm telegraphing things, so yeah, it will come up.
seen him in a long time.
Sometimes I'm in the
That's
same
all I'm saying.
thought
And I hadn't
process.
seen him in a long time, and then I heard this shit, and then I looked and I saw Mufasa. I said, "Whoa." That's all that fucking happened, bro. You think this is at my phone? This is my phone. This is happening at real time. I'm going, yo. He said, yo.
You just gotta say everyone gets these jokes, bro. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, no,
rappers, listen,
look,
comedians are the new
why do
rappers,
people-
bro. That's
why
the
do
thing.
people come to my page, bro?
That's true.
I
They
know
wanna
what
say,
I'm
you know what they say?
That is true.
Well, you don't think you're gonna happen next? Yeah, that's what they say to me, buddy. Well, you're next, buddy. You're fucking, you're laughing at this.
Then you're not worried at all.
I know why.
Because you don't got nothing.
I don't have it.
All right.
Sometimes it's just
gonna
that.
come out.
And you see, sometimes when what you've done is known and is the truth and you've accepted it and it's moved on, nobody can use it against you. Especially unless it's, there are those things, there are those extreme things. But if it's just normal human errors and whatnot that lead to things, like people just say, hey, I did this thing, but I messed it up, blah, blah, blah. Nobody can hold it against you after that. And that's why the truth is always the best. So even if they come later and say, yeah, man, that was a bad time, yeah. And you see, if somebody has already accepted and probably even paid the price because they did something stupid and it just happens that now your life is in shit, you're already paying the price. So it doesn't matter anymore. So if somebody comes or even other people are like, okay, now you're just being, So once they know, he's never hidden his criminal past, who he was on the street, how he got shot and what. So all those things are in the public conscience. Nobody cares because he pulled himself out of it. And that's the admiration we have. Especially, when you see someone come from the boat, like in the village back then, they had like this little hut that would leak. And then suddenly maybe they're here, they've done good business, they went to school, became a doctor, maybe a what, started a business, whatever it is. And you see them, you're like, yeah. As long as it's not corrupt, of course. But you see that, you're like, yeah, it's a more appealing to us than say a rich kid who just continues his, the father's wealth. I think that's where Trump was struggling because he's from a rich family. But then he went even further. That's why now the respect comes in later. I'm just saying. Can't hate. He became president of America twice. How many billionaires are there in the world who can't even get a vote? Come on, he created a literal movement. You have to bow, whether you like it or not.
Because I think there are some women
Damn,
that are
Al.
like,
Yeah,
I think there's some women that are like,
This guy's supposed to be from Queens, bro.
let me cook.
Fucked up experience.
You take him off the corner one time.
No, what I'm saying is I know a couple of exes that fucking throw me under the bus.
You should let him have the corner. None of this would have happened if you let him have the corner. Would have been fine.
There's some opportunists. They'll just throw out the
Girls
fucking.
with
But that's what I'm saying. So you had to have
let's check
something.
something real
Look, if you
quick.
already interacted with the person, right?
Yeah.
And you hadn't had a bad experience.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
It would take more for them to say some of the shit that you see these people saying.
Yes.
Right? Like you go, what made you do? What made you? Even when we part ways, and because a lot of times when we interact with people, they're not just having fun for tonight. They think we're bleeding into this hardcore relationship that may not materialize. Right. So I see what you're saying, where they can look and go, well, look, you met the girl in 2003. You hung out with her. You had a good time after the show with 30 girls there. You just went and y'all hung out, right? And y'all just part ways. Right? So there's no negative things between it. But she can look up at the TV now, and you've been a success since then. Feel like that's my life. I was supposed to be there, and be upset with you and say something. But there's
But that's a fact. We know there's a lot of clout chasing. Especially when people have made it, people want to grab on their coattails and try and, jump the line and get some money. You compare.
Will it have any merit to
So
it?
if I gotta keep
That
it real,
woman hasn't been in my.
you ain't always have the most amicable breakups. Do you remember where I think it's your baby moms, where it's like she was kind of speaking out,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the house just got burnt down.
Yeah, but you know it happens. Left eye. She burned the house down.
Left eye, she used
It's
to be
crazy.
TLC. She burned down her own house. I think over she had the issues with her dude or something. She
As well. So,
That's what
so
it is.
I know how you feel about me now. No, he's going. He's great. So he saw me like the man. I want my bag. He go, I have faith in our justice.
I'm a civilian now.
There would be consequences to those behaviors and actions that this brother is talking about.
Oh my
I agree, man.
Why is that a part of his thought process today while we're here having a good time?
That's a
No, I just said, look, you do have people that really look. When you break up with them, they don't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
So they'll say things, and you go, yeah, but it doesn't hold merit. It doesn't have any
Yeah,
real.
ikufuatana,
After all this,
kufuatana,
yeah, you don't see
after
nothing.
the
Yeah,
fact.
Like the girl that's just upset
Nonsense.
with you. She's just angry with you. She
Yeah.
got,
Yeah.
and you go.
I thought the smartest thing Jay said in the statement was, if you really believe this happened, then press criminal charges. He said, pull up.
But I don't think that was.
Tell me.
Okay, look. Because of the statute of limitation, there is.
Oh,
no
there is no criminal. So it's a.
So making a
Yeah.
statement
Pump
is to
fake.
make people feel.
So
like,
But
Say-
apparently, if she's under 18, didn't you say it still could be criminal? He knows because he's fed.
Shut the fuck
He used to be a
Oh
cop.
yeah, maybe if
You
it's
turned
that,
him into a
yeah.
cop. He used to sell drugs and then he
That's
became a
right,
police
then
officer.
maybe
Did you
there's
know
no
that?
such a thing.
How
America is
Listen,
yes.
listen,
glorified
Look at
security.
the
You
Yeah,
know what he
maybe.
would do when they would arrest G Unit
I
guys?
don't
He would
know.
be
I've never
like,
understood that totally.
He was in the
Because it
court
can
every
go
time.
both ways.
I was actually the cool one. I'll give you the extra fucking cheese sandwiches and shit like that. I'll be looking out.
take care of the family.
Yeah, man. Oh, wow. So there is quite a lot to glean off this wonderful podcast. You can go watch the rest of it on Flagrant Podcast. Kona 1.83 million subscribers over there. 50 Cent on Diddy Jay-Z, blah blah. So that's my reaction to part of it. The things that I thought are important in the in our discussions about the industry, how things happen and whatnot. And I've said what I think I wanted to say that's important. So I don't know what y'all think. Kuna maleso na hapo mbona hapa pia to the contents because content shouldn't just be content. Let's try and extract something useful from it, and something that can help us build, something that can make us a bit, a bit braver to do the right things. You know what I'm saying? So there's how do I say? In this industry, we have to look at this industry of ours as the business that it is. It's not well run, and a lot of the operatives within it are very dishonest, and they don't do things well. I have received quite a number of reports from various people telling me about various issues in their productions. The reason I haven't really released some videos on this is because I really want conk evidence which I can show you, and then we can go. Because for me, I don't like it. This person, I like to call out names. I like to say this person did this. I don't want to pussyfoot around serious issues. So once I have evidence, I have been sent some texts and things, and messages, WhatsApps and whatnot. I'm trying to figure out what is what. Because what I really wouldn't like is to make accusations or what to people that are not right, because there can be vindictiveness a lot of this in these things. Although a lot of what I've received seems legit, because it's also things I've experienced and many other people, and also the people that are being mentioned, I've dealt with some of them, very corrupt people. So it's not something that's out of the realm of possibility, because that's who they are. That's this kind of person or kind of people they are. All right then. So tafadhalini, subscribe, like, share. Go to my other platforms, TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, Alboa Cinema, on all those except TikTok, which is Alboa Cinema 254. Come on!